Hello, everyone. I am Chestic44, Sandy is Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, a demon lord went and attacked the festival we were hanging out in. Caused damage to the place, hordes of demons attacked, and we got knocked into a pit. Well, we managed to find a few people. Sela, a paladin, Camellia, a shaman, and Anevia, who was also knocked down here but got wounded and can't join us in any fighting. So, let's make our way through here and see...
This will
Oh!
be quick.
We got a creature. Young giant centipedes. Oh, that died. That one died, and that one died. Alright. For the record, there are two ways to have combat. One is that way, real time with pause. The other way is actually turn-based. Bottle of oil, gold coins, and padded armor. Am I wearing any? Yeah, I am wearing armor. Padded armor isn't worth it, but we need things. That said, I need to check something here. There's something to allow pause. Auto pause. Lost focus, keep moving after combat start. When a trap is detected, hidden object is detected, combat start. Okay, it must have been a change there. Yeah, that makes it so much easier and nicer. Okay. Okay, let's continue inwards. Ah, another one of these. Alright, let's move on. Oh! Giant fly. Go ahead, kill it. Ow! Someone got a nice crit. Alright, two paths. Let's take a look this way. Another giant centipede.
Do not waver.
I'll cut you wide open.
Ow! Oh, we found another body over here. With a couple of things. What do we got? We have... Scroll of Inflict Light Wounds. Potion of Cure Light Wounds. I think I will drink one. Bracers of Armor +1. That is not useful for any of us. Because it's basically an armor bonus. We already get an armor bonus from the armor we're wearing. Yeah, that Cure Light Wounds potion did not help us out much.
I'm off.
Okay, let's try this way.
The heart
Don't hold
quickens.
Another giant fly and a spinning giant centipede. Oh,
Spirits demand your blood.
and there we go. Those are ingredients, I think. Keep moving on. Oh, monitor lizard. I think I may want to save before we fight this. Alright, let's fight this monitor lizard.
A test of my abilities.
And it died. Okay. Sadly, we couldn't skin it. Okay, we have someone here.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like a work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man.
When to walk?
The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator. Magus.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait, They might know what's going on up there.
Lan stops her with a gesture. Demons are laying waste to Canabras.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabras. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you? Tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the Underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusades' finest.
Sadly, Underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
I've never heard of Underground Crusaders before.
In Canabras, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Yeah, that's gratitude for you.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are, and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
Yeah, clearly. So what is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
I imagine it would be, yes. What are you doing down here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the Underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the Holy Sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame, and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
If it burns anyone who touches it, how are they able to move it here?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Wenduog shrugs and turns away. Maze. Does it lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here, and after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
Well, we have a way out then.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
So, we also are going to need to rescue some other mongrels down there, alright? So, a Sword of Holy Flame, how did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
Man, Wendwog is kinda irritated about things, isn't she? We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I can help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy.
Duh.
Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
Okay. Alright, so let's start looking around.
This one was beyond me.
Statue of an unknown knight. The technique is crude, but the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feeling.
I do what I must.
Alright. Hidden items. We'll look around, see if we can find
There's
anything.
something here.
I found something.
This room looks like an improvised museum, or perhaps some kind of temple.
Now what is that? Interesting.
Okay, nothing there. Leave the rubble alone.
I'm gone. What do we have here?
Couple items there.
What is that?
Hello. I think we found it. A strange flash pierces the gloom, and Falai feels drops of searing blood run down her chest. The wound healed by Terendelev reopens and weeps scarlet, but there is no pain or darkness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one, or another one entirely. Falai's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into her mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery! They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent world. There they are, up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Fly intuits that she can control them somehow. Let's try to heal the wounded girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Falai. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, "Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true?" The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars. A young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword. A majestic, golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. Then don't waste your strength healing me, the girl whispers. Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near. There, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping and rustling emanates from the shadow, the sound piercing like hot irons lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wounds burns white hot, Falai's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is, the person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. But Falai is determined to fight off the illusion. The force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying, but Falai is stronger. She shakes off the pain and torpor, but alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in this strange vision or memory. But the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Daskari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they called Lariel. "The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off," intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old, then quavering. "Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven?" A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Falai senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing she hears is this. "You will kill me, monster, this I know. But one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up, and save and protect the innocent. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colors. Falai does not hear the final words, but she seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from her lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Falai's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Falai sees the flaming sword in her hand. Or rather, its outline. The memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into her hand. Falai senses that it will return. All she need do is call it.
Hey, are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Iomade.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs, and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Now, Wendoag, don't be a sore loser. She is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before her, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff. Because she doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that.
Yikes, that's a cynical way to think about it.
I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
You saw it too. The traitors, the dying girl.
It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it. Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous. And when I'm upset. And when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sol. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
And what if she can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
Well, it seems I can control it.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Wendoag stares at the divine light as if transfixed.
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really. Can't hide
All
from
right.
me.
And that's a way over. And we now have them as part of... ooh, protection from evil. Nice. But now we have two new party members. Lan a Zen archer, which is a monk who focuses on, oh, you can have this. A monk who focuses on archery. And Wenduog, who is a fighter and an archer. You can use this padded armor. There you go. Now you've got something on you. And I am going to hold on to these ingredients. That's not an ingredient. That's all garbage. Okay.
That was easy.
I have high mobility. I was able to get across. Fantastic. Alright. Let me drop a save before we continue moving on through these tunnels. Alright. On we go.
My way.
And we've got a giant spider. And the spider... One spider is dead. And down goes another. That was easy.
Follow if you dare.
Some loot here. Some loot here. And... Oh, hold on. You two need to come join us. Alright. Looks like we can take this mobility over to something.
A trivial task. They're like
Earth elementals. Oh crap, I got hurt. Well, that hurt a lot. Jeez. I'm still okay, though. A wand of cure light wounds. You can use it. Actually, you are going to use it to heal us up, because holy crap, that hurt a lot. There, much better.
I'm off.
Now, back over this way.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Okay. Let's keep moving. Young giant fly. And that one's dead. That one's dead. And that one's dead. At least we're all... Okay, I don't need to worry about that.
I do what I must.
But at least we're getting some things.
There's something here.
Oh, we got something. And we got more hostiles.
I'll bathe in your blood.
Down goes that one. And that one. Alright, more dead spiders. Good. More loot I can take. Oh! Wenduog glances at Lan, who is fixing his slipped bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you. Don't show the light of heaven to Sull. Lan is sure that the light should be shown to the mongrels. Lan... Wenduog grimaces and a guttural, husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. I thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors. The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves, and another to fight in the shield maze. Wenduog leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I've spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought. But we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge. It's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night. And if you close your eyes and listen, you hear whispers right behind you, and soft singing in the distance that seems to rise and fall with the beating of your heart. Wendwog looks away. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again, and it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going, all because Lan believes that a glowing sword will solve all our problems. Don't you want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Sull is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to and find them, or whatever's left of them. Without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find the way out to the surface. I'll think about it. Let's go. Wendwog nods. Don't show the chief the light and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Interesting. Yes, leaving a location. And we will go into Neathholm in the next episode, because this one has gone on long enough. Next episode, we meet with the Neathers, or mongrels, whatever. Till then, I am Chester44, I'll see you in That is me, Sela, Camellia, Lan, and Wendwog. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, and I shall see you all next time.